A world of laughter or terror, Bikini Bottom. Our journey begins with the name Bikini Bottom. Before nuclear testing, Bikini Atoll was a paradise. The arrival of American military personnel marked a turning point. The US government convinced the Bikini Islanders to relocate. Operation Crossroads unleashed a force of nature warped by human ingenuity. Operation Crossroads was just the beginning. Castle Bravo's explosion was 1,000 times more powerful than Hiroshima. The theory that Bikini Bottom is a post-nuclear testing site isn't just based on the name alone. Consider the sheer improbability of it all. A talking sponge, a squirrel in a diving suit, a starfish that lives under a rock. SpongeBob SquarePants defies the laws of nature. Sandy Cheeks, Bikini Bottom's resident scientist and squirrel extraordinaire. What if Sandy's existence is a chilling example of forced adaptation driven by nuclear fallout? Patrick Star, SpongeBob's best friend, isn't known for his intellectual prowess. What if Patrick's lack of intelligence is a symptom of Bikini Bottom's dark secret? Total 17 lines. Section 1. Echoes of Disaster, when fiction mirrors reality. Now you might be thinking, this is all just speculation. Sure, the name is a coincidence, and yeah, the characters are a bit odd, but it's a cartoon for Neptune's sake. Lighten up, and normally I'd agree with you. But the thing is, it's not just the setting and the characters that point towards this unsettling theory. It's the episodes themselves, the stories, the jokes. Hidden beneath the surface of these seemingly innocent narratives are echoes of real-life events, eerie parallels to the very real horrors that unfolded on Bikini Atoll. It's almost as if the creators of SpongeBob SquarePants, whether consciously or subconsciously, wove these elements into the fabric of the show, leaving behind breadcrumbs of truth for those willing to see them. And the more you look, the more you start to notice these disturbing connections. The episodes that once seemed like harmless fun now take on a whole new meaning, their subtext tinged with a sense of unease, a chilling reminder of the nuclear ghosts that haunt Bikini Bottom. Don't believe me? Well, buckle up, because we're about to dive into some specific episodes that strongly suggest Bikini Bottom's dark secret is more than just a fan theory. We'll be analyzing dialogue, examining visual cues, and uncovering the hidden meanings lurking beneath the surface of this seemingly innocent children's cartoon. Prepare to see SpongeBob SquarePants through a whole new and decidedly unsettling lens. Remember those seemingly throwaway jokes, those background gags that you thought nothing of? They might not be so random after all. The truth, as they say, is often hidden in plain sight, disguised as something less sinister, more palatable for mass consumption. And when it comes to SpongeBob SquarePants, the truth might be far more disturbing than we ever imagined. Section 2. The Smoking Peanut, a cough that speaks volumes. Let's start with an episode that, on the surface, seems like classic SpongeBob the Smoking Peanut. In this episode, SpongeBob finds a peanut on the ground and tries to return it to its rightful owner. Chaos ensues, as is par for the course in Bikini Bottom, but there's one scene in particular that takes on a whole new meaning in the context of the nuclear theory. Remember when Mr. Krabs, in a fit of coughing, spews out a plume of thick black smoke? At the time it's played for laughs, just another example of Mr. Krabs' miserly nature and his penchant for theatrics. But what if that cough, that black smoke billowing from his gills, is something far more sinister? What if it's a symptom of something far more insidious? One of the lesser-known long-term effects of radiation exposure is lung damage. Victims of radiation poisoning often experience chronic respiratory problems, including coughing fits, shortness of breath, and yes, even coughing up blood or black sputum. Could it be that Mr. Krabs, the penny-pinching crustacean we all know and love, is suffering from the delayed effects of radiation exposure? Perhaps that cough is a constant reminder of the unseen danger that lurks within Bikini Bottom. a physical manifestation of the toxic legacy that continues to haunt its inhabitants. Or maybe, just maybe, it's just a cartoon cough. But in the context of everything else we've discussed, it's hard not to see it as a chilling hint at a much darker truth. Section 3. Rock Bottom, a descent into nuclear despair. Next, we delve into the abyss, venturing into the unsettling depths of rock bottom. This episode, known for its creepy atmosphere and unsettling visuals, follows SpongeBob's accidental journey to a dark, desolate place inhabited by strange, almost alien creatures. While the episode is meant to be a humorous take on being stranded in a strange place, the imagery and overall tone paint a rather bleak picture, one that aligns eerily well with the nuclear theory. Rock Bottom, with its oppressive darkness, its lack of familiar landmarks, and its population of grotesque, mutated fish, could be interpreted as a visual representation of the aftermath of a nuclear blast. The deep trenches, the barren landscape, the sense of isolation and despair all evoke a sense of post-apocalyptic desolation, a world forever scarred by a catastrophic event. The creatures that inhabit Rock Bottom, with their mismatched eyes, their glowing skin, and their generally unsettling appearances, could be seen as the unfortunate victims of radiation poisoning, their bodies twisted and deformed by prolonged exposure to nuclear fallout. Even the bus that SpongeBob desperately tries to catch with its single flickering headlight and its erratic movements could be a metaphor for the breakdown of order and reason in a world ravaged by radiation. Rock Bottom then becomes more than just a quirky pit stop on SpongeBob's journey home. It transforms into a chilling glimpse into a possible future for Bikini Bottom, a cautionary tale of what happens when humanity's thirst for power outweighs its common sense. It's a stark reminder that even in the seemingly lighthearted world of SpongeBob SquarePants, darkness lurks just beneath the surface, waiting for the right moment to rear its ugly head. Section 4. Dying for Pie, a taste of unseen danger. And finally, we come to an episode that, perhaps more than any other, encapsulates the tragic irony at the heart of the nuclear theory, dying for pie. In this episode, Squidward accidentally gives SpongeBob a pie that he believes to be a bomb. What follows is a day filled with Squidward's attempts to shield SpongeBob from any potential harm, convinced that his every action could trigger a catastrophic explosion. Now, on the surface, this is just another example of SpongeBob's naivete and Squidward's long-suffering patience. But when viewed through the lens of the nuclear theory, this episode takes on a whole new level of tragic significance. Imagine for a moment the very real fear that the inhabitants of Bikini Atoll must have felt, knowing that their home, their paradise, had been contaminated with invisible, deadly radiation. The pie in this context becomes a symbol of the unseen danger that permeates Bikini Bottom, the ever-present threat of radiation poisoning that lurks beneath the surface of their seemingly normal lives. Squidward's fear, his desperate attempts to protect SpongeBob, mirrors the very real anxieties of a population forced to live with the consequences of nuclear testing. The tragic irony, of course, lies in the fact that SpongeBob is completely oblivious to the danger he's in, just as the true extent of the damage caused by nuclear testing was initially hidden from the public. Dying for pie becomes a poignant, albeit unintentional commentary on the lasting impact of nuclear devastation. A reminder that even generations later, the invisible scars of radiation continue to haunt those who were unfortunate enough to be caught in its wake. We've explored the chilling coincidences, the unsettling parallels, and the eerie symbolism that permeates SpongeBob SquarePants. But there's one crucial piece of the puzzle we haven't yet addressed, a piece that adds a whole new layer of intrigue to this already unsettling theory. Stephen Hillenburg, the creator of SpongeBob SquarePants, was a marine biologist. Now this is where things get really interesting. Hillenburg, with his deep understanding of ocean life, would have been acutely aware of the Bikini Atoll nuclear tests and their devastating impact on the marine environment. Is it possible then that his choice of Bikini Bottom as the setting for his whimsical cartoon wasn't a coincidence at all? Could it be that Hillenburg, a man who dedicated his life to studying and protecting the ocean, was using his platform to send a subtle, yet powerful message about the lasting consequences of human folly? Perhaps SpongeBob SquarePants, with its seemingly innocent facade, was Hillenburg's way of sneaking a cautionary tale past the censors, of planting the seeds of awareness in the minds of a generation raised on cartoons. Maybe, just maybe, he wanted us to look at SpongeBob, Patrick, Sandy, and the rest of the Bikini Bottom gang and see not just comedic characters but reflections of ourselves, our capacity for both great ingenuity and utter recklessness. It's a tantalizing thought, isn't it? To imagine that hidden within the silly antics and nonsensical humor of SpongeBob SquarePants lies a profound message about environmental responsibility, a plea for us to learn from the mistakes of the past and choose a different path, a path that doesn't lead to the destruction of the very world we depend on for survival. Of course, we can't discount the possibility that the nuclear connection is purely coincidental. After all, Hillenburg himself never confirmed this theory, and it's entirely possible that he simply liked the name Bikini Bottom for its comedic value, its ability to evoke a sense of silliness and absurdity. But even if the nuclear theme wasn't a conscious choice, the evidence is hard to ignore. Perhaps the truth lies somewhere in between intention and accident. Maybe Hillenburg, drawing on his knowledge of Bikini Atoll, subconsciously infused his creation with subtle hints and nods to its nuclear past. Maybe the themes of mutation, environmental destruction, and the resilience of life in the face of overwhelming odds emerged organically from his subconscious, a reflection of his deepest fears and anxieties about the future of our planet. Whether intentional or accidental, the nuclear undertones of SpongeBob SquarePants add a layer of complexity and depth that elevates it beyond the realm of mere children's entertainment. It becomes a show that can be enjoyed on multiple levels, a cartoon that can spark both laughter and thoughtful reflection, a reminder that even in the most unexpected of places, truth has a way of bubbling to the surface. And isn't that the mark of truly great art? To challenge our perceptions, to make us think about the world around us in new and unexpected ways, and to leave us with more questions than answers. SpongeBob SquarePants, in its own unique and often unsettling way, achieves all of this and more. Regardless of Hillenburg's true intentions, the nuclear theory surrounding SpongeBob SquarePants serves as a powerful reminder of the enduring legacy of human actions. It forces us to confront the uncomfortable truth that even our most light-hearted creations can be haunted by the specter of our past mistakes. Bikini Bottom, whether intentionally or not, stands as a cautionary tale, a testament to the fact that our actions have consequences, and that those consequences can reverberate for generations to come. It's a reminder that the pursuit of progress, of scientific advancement, must be tempered with a sense of responsibility, an awareness of the potential costs to both humanity and the environment. As we've journeyed through the depths of this theory, we've uncovered more than just unsettling coincidences and eerie symbolism. We've unearthed a powerful message about the interconnectedness of all living things, the delicate balance of our planet's ecosystems, and the urgent need to protect the very environments that sustain us. So the next time you find yourself laughing along with SpongeBob and his friends, take a moment to consider the world they inhabit, a world both whimsical and strangely familiar, a world that reflects both the best and worst of humanity. For within the seemingly innocent depths of Bikini Bottom lies a message as relevant today as it was all those years ago. A message of caution, of responsibility, and of the enduring power of hope in the face of seemingly insurmountable challenges. We've ventured deep into Bikini Bottom, explored its irradiated depths, and confronted the unsettling possibility that our beloved SpongeBob and his friends are not just whimsical cartoon creations, but rather the unwitting products of humanity's nuclear legacy. The evidence, while circumstantial, is compelling, woven into the fabric of this seemingly innocent show, like radioactive fallout clinging to the coral reefs. The name itself, a direct reference to a real-life nuclear testing site, is too on the nose to ignore. The characters, with their mutated appearances and unusual abilities, seem to embody the very real dangers of radiation exposure. And the episodes, often laced with dark humor and unsettling imagery, take on a whole new meaning when viewed through the lens of nuclear anxiety. But perhaps the most unsettling aspect of this theory is its plausibility. We live in a world where the threat of nuclear war remains all too real, where the pursuit of power often overshadows concerns for environmental and human well-being. Bikini Bottom, in all its absurdity, serves as a stark reminder of the potential consequences of our actions, a cautionary tale disguised as a children's cartoon. Is it possible that Stephen Hillenburg, a marine biologist with a deep understanding of the ocean's fragility, was using his platform to send a message? Was he trying to warn us in his own subtle way about the dangers of repeating the mistakes of the past? Or is Bikini Bottom's nuclear connection nothing more than a series of unfortunate coincidences, a testament to the power of our own overactive imaginations? The answer ultimately lies within each of us. We can choose to dismiss the theory as nothing more than a silly fan theory, a product of internet conspiracy theorists with too much time on their hands. Or, we can choose to engage with its unsettling implications, to examine our own relationship with the natural world, and contemplate the potential consequences of our actions. Perhaps the true brilliance of SpongeBob SquarePants lies not in its ability to make us laugh, but in its capacity to make us think. It challenges us to look beyond the surface, to question the narratives we've been fed, and to confront the uncomfortable truths that often lurk just beneath the surface of our seemingly carefree lives. Whether Bikini Bottom is a post-nuclear wasteland or simply a whimsical cartoon setting is ultimately irrelevant. What matters is the conversation it sparks, the questions it raises about our responsibility to protect the planet and ensure a safe and healthy future for all living things. So the next time you find yourself humming along to the SpongeBob SquarePants theme song, remember the dark secret lurking beneath its cheerful melody. Remember Bikini Atoll and the countless lives forever altered by the pursuit of nuclear power, and remember that even in the most unexpected of places, truth has a way of bubbling to the surface, demanding to be seen, heard, and acknowledged.